everyone. We're going to talk about composition today. We introduced it in the lesson on Friday, and today I want to look at traditional notation, that is to say, actually writing music as notes. Now, you don't have to do that for your composition. There are other ways of doing it, as I think we talked about. But this is important because the whole basis of most music that we know is based on traditional notation. So today I'm going to give you a video 101 on how to do that. And it really isn't that hard. So we'll just look at some of the basics. We'll look at rhythm, we'll look at pitch, how to write those things, and how to construct a melody. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know just what to do. The first thing you're going to need is some manuscript paper. Now this is a pad of manuscript paper that I bought from a music shop. So there you go, music manuscript paper, 12 staves. You don't need to have one of these. You can manage with printing stuff out. There's loads of manuscript paper out there on the net. So pause the video now and grab yourself some manuscript paper by printing it off, or if you have some, use that. Okay, so hopefully now you've got some manuscript paper, and the first thing I want to talk about today is rhythm. So, and this is the real basics today. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I want to just look at some of the different notes values that we can have so that we can start to construct some music. And I'm just going to do some. So, semi-breve, and that is usually worth 4. Okay. Here is, and I'm going to do this one actually on the thing itself, and that's a minim. And that is usually worth 2. This one, crotchet, is usually worth 1. And this one, I'm going to put this one, look on the stave there, as a quaver, and that is usually worth 1/2. Okay, so in America, these have different names, and sometimes those names are used, and they're called whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note. But we'll stick with the English way of doing it. So that is a semi-breve. That's a minim, crotchet, 2 T's in it, and quaver. That's the second most useful type of quaver in the world, the first most useful being the sort you eat, obviously. Now, please can you pause the video and just copy that out? Okay, now, let's think about how those rhythms might work. I'm going to put a time signature at the beginning of this, and we won't talk about these any more than this. This time signature, as you can see, is 4/4, which means that there are 4 quarter notes, like 4 quarters per bar, or 4 crotchets per bar. So 4/4 is 4 crotchets in a bar. And a bar is a little section of notes which basically shows you where the strong beat might be. So what I could do, if I just use this space here, is put 4 crotchets like that, then a bar line. That bar is full, and if I was to count 1, 2, 3, 4, I could clap it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That bar is now finished. The next bar might be a minim, which is worth 2, and maybe some quavers. And in some situations like this, where it's half a bar in 4/4, you can actually join 4 quavers together like that. We call that beaming. You see that line on top? That's a beam. So now the second bar would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's half a beat, we sometimes use and for the off beat, which is like a syncopation. That's off the beat. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so just showing you where the beats are. 1, 2, 3, 4, there. And the new bar, 1, 2, that's worth 2, and then 3 and 4 and. Okay, now pause the video again and write out your own little rhythm of 2 bars. First of all, put in a 4/4 time signature, then a bar, and then a second bar, and because that's the end of your composition, that's going to be a double bar line like that. So 2 bars of 4/4, write yourself a little rhythm using mixtures of semibreves, minims, crotchets and quavers, and see how you get on. Okay, pause the video and do that for me. So that's basically how you do rhythm in notation. Each note is worth a different amount. There are other ones, I mean there are things like semiquavers, which are half of a quaver, and there are even breves, which are double a semibreve. But we don't need those today, and there are other time signatures than 4/4. There are 3/4 times, that's a waltz time, or there are 2/4 times, that's a march time. If you think about it, a waltz is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a march is 1, 2, 1, 2, as in left, right, left, right. But that's basically all you need to do a simple basic rhythm. So do one of those no, sorry, you've done one of those, haven't you? So now we're going to stop this video and move on to the next, which is about pitch.